Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Menomonee Falls Public Library Board of Trustees monthly board meeting on Wednesday, December 17th, 2025 at 6 o'clock to order. First is roll call. Nicole Barker, President.
Tom Eblig, Secretary Treasurer.
Scott Habegger, Trustee.
David Munoz, Superintendent of Schools.
Helen Rohr.
Jacqueline Romer, Library Director.
Next, we have a public comment period, which we're going to skip over because nobody is here. Then we move on to the consent agenda. First, I want to point out there was a couple of mistakes on the agenda. It says bill approval for September 2025. Is that supposed to be November, right? It should be November.
Yeah, that's
Okay. I have it written down as November, but
yes.
I think that was it.
Motion to
Yes.
approve.
All right. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
So you said that November, is that?
That just needs to be changed.
Yeah.
It's September. It says September. It just needs to be changed to November.
Other than that?
You're good,
It's
you're
on
good.
the agenda, not the.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
on the consent, not on the stuff we're voting on, so.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. All in favor to approve the minutes and the bill for November 2025, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion is passed. Then we have the committee reports. First up is the Policy Review Committee, which we have not met. We will be meeting next month.
Yep.
And Jackie and I will discuss when that meeting will be.
Yes.
Then we have the Special Events Outreach and Fundraising Committee.
Yeah, so just kind of a year in review here. You previously, this committee, approved our statement of purpose and charter, approved the sponsorship package we put together, and also that Jackie really led, and also one-page renovation project briefing document. We have been working just last few days, drafted a sponsor database of who would be some of the top companies to approach. So we've got a database going there. Also put together a list of who are all the significant individuals or companies who have given in the past. Could be a group that we approach. And also, I created that sponsor intent form. And Tom, maybe you didn't get this. I emailed it out, and there was, cause I just thought we just need a document that if somebody says they're gonna give, we can just make sure we got all the information correct. But one question I had in there was, is there any issue if a company says, oh, we wanna give over a 3-year period?
I wouldn't think so, because we're gonna, either way, we're gonna fund it from the balance, so I mean, if it just gets replenished over a period of time, I wouldn't.
We do that.
Yeah, I think depending on how I think I responded
Yes.
I
Yeah, you
responded
did.
just to you, but I think depending on how the project goes and what other funds we have, it's sort of a play it by ear approach. But I think that's definitely something that we can consider for sure,
Okay.
depending on the situation.
And it could be maybe something we don't put on that form, but if somebody says, hey, could we do over a period?
Right.
We could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, by request, I mean,
Yeah.
I would think it's one of those, we're never gonna say no to money, just
Yeah.
figure out the way to
Right.
do it, right?
I would say keep the form simple. We can deal with the inconsistent things as it comes.
Whatever, we can be flexible with it, okay?
Yeah, the school district has a protocol for multi-year giving. And actually, most of the donations we've taken in have been 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Over 3 years.
Yeah.
And they'll commit X amount per year. So, yeah.
I think we have that information from
Yeah.
you, so
Yeah.
I'll bring that to the next meeting.
Okay.
So that we can kind of tie it all together.
So in our experience, the givers like that option.
Mhm.
Okay,
To
good.
spread out
Sure,
a bigger donation.
yeah.
Do you think that it would be wise to advertise that then, would that draw more people if we put that on the form somehow, or is it better to do it more as a one-off kind of,
Well, that's the board's discretion. I don't,
yeah.
I'm just giving the experiences that we've had. We've
Yeah.
seen success that way, with the donation program that we have.
Mhm.
This
So,
would be a great thing for the committee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll take
I
that.
think it's
We'll
worth-
take,
yeah, I
we'll
think
take that,
it's
we'll take,
definitely
we'll take that to our committee. We're gonna meet in January and kind of put together a PR plan and how we're gonna target the companies, who does it and that, and then get going.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
And then I didn't know, Jack, if you wanted to give an update on the other fundraising that was going on.
Yeah, we have a small fundraiser going on through December 31st for digitizing the microfilm so that it's going to be fully searchable. This came about because we've had a few organizations in the falls express interest in donating towards it, and perhaps significant amounts. So we quick put something together, figured let's put it out there in the community, see if we get any interest before we start our capital fundraising in the new year. So far, we need to raise $47,000 to digitize everything. So far with this campaign, we've raised $65, and two of them are from Ellen and I. We do have some end of the year kind of memorials that are coming in, so we're hoping to put that towards the campaign so we can get at least more digitized, more of the microfilm digitized, because it's a little time sensitive because our service contract has ended for the microfilm machine. So if the microfilm machine breaks, we're in a pickle with being able to allow patrons to view the Menomonee Falls newspapers. So stay tuned. You know, it was worth a shot to put it out there. Maybe we'll have some of those organizations that talked about providing significant amounts come through. But it should not impede at all moving into 2026 with our larger scale campaigns for building updates. So
Good. That's what I got.
All right, next is the finance committee.
We have not met, we are also gonna meet in January again, so nothing, nothing to report there.
All right, then we got trustee education, chapter 14, the library board and the open meetings law.
yes, absolutely. So this is a really, really important chapter, so I encourage you all to read it if you haven't yet. It talks a lot about the legalities and importance behind those legalities when it comes to meeting notices. So we have to have at least 24 hours in advance of any meeting except an emergency, where that would be 2 hours notice, making sure that we have the proper postings. And the one I really wanted to hone in on is the emails. We talked a lot about emails lately, but making sure that any sort of decision-making authority that comes before the library board, that is not discussed in an email. So that's why it's really encouraged to not do reply all, because that could be construed as a walking quorum. Now, if we're talking about scheduling a date for a committee meeting, that's one thing. But if we're talking about, what do you think about this policy? Should we enact this? Should we do this? That is when it becomes really, really dicey. And the Wisconsin Attorney General really frowns upon doing that at all, just because we don't want it to be misconstrued as us using email as a meeting and that, or a walking quorum. Same thing with quorum of the library board talking about library business. Hey, what do you think about this policy? Should we change it? That sort of thing at like a social event or at a program happening at the library. You want to be really careful that we're not taking library business outside of committee meetings or board meetings. And then there's a really great section that goes over the basics of a closed session. I think we've talked about that not too long ago, and how to hold a closed session. And I think we've got a good method going on for making sure that we do that according to the law. And then also knowing that there could be legal penalties for violating these things for library board members individually. So really, really important just to make sure that we are doing the right things as a library board and following procedure, because we want to make sure that we're transparent and doing things by the book. Any questions on that?
Yeah, so when I read that,
Yeah.
and I thought, so that made me think that email I sent about that form was not really appropriate.
I think it could be an I think it could be an email that says, hey, I think that the finance committee needs to discuss this. I think that this
Okay.
this, and this, more than everybody tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
I would think too, with that language, wouldn't it also be like you asking, hey, can everybody approve of this? Versus, hey,
Oh.
give me feedback. I think the approval might be more of like a voting consideration, right?
Yeah, that
Within
would
an
be
email.
like-
That would be
under
that
a-
would be where it would take it to that next level of like, yeah. But I don't think feedback would.
You
And
just,
also remember, everything in the email is open to the open records law, so anybody can request that, so just to
even
make
if you're
sure.
just receiving it, so if you, it's a mistake to reply all to anything. So just generally think about it that way. That if someone sends an email to any of us and you're replying all, you're probably crossing the border. Meaning, to receive information is just to receive information. But once you reply all, you're creating, likely, especially if there's a quorum on the all of a sudden, you've jumped into this
Yeah.
Yeah.
deal.
So you could send it individually, to each
Oh.
one and have them answer,
Okay.
as long as they don't hear the other people's answers.
So you did a good job just replying to me.
Right, yeah, and that is encouraged, like, just try to reply to the person who's sending it if you're asking a question about something. But if it's anything that really needs to go in front of the board or a committee, let's direct that you can always direct that to Nicole and I or Tom, and we can work on getting it on an agenda. Just making sure that we're not making decisions that technically you guys could be voting on over email.
Okay.
And that can be more difficult for the public to understand. 'Cause
Yeah.
Once you blow an email out to all, like a quorum of elected officials, if they're following the right protocols, you can respond, I can respond. We're not elected.
Right.
But, once you reply all and someone has a thought, all of a sudden, you're in that.
The reply alls can get out of control, as we all know.
Yeah.
Just from other emails, but once you start with the reply all, it could quickly
Yeah.
escalate to something that we don't want to happen.
Right.
I mean, I highly discourage reply alls in any aspect of my work in the public sector. It's just, it's overcomplicated.
Mhm.
With the understanding that some of it might be okay,
Right.
but.
Yeah, I think there is certain situations where you might hit reply all just so that way you're getting the information to everybody, but it depends on what it is. So like, I know if I get like a email or something from like somebody from the public that emails in and, it goes to everybody on the board, I will usually reply all for that, just so that way you guys all know I've responded. But I don't expect an answer. Other than from the person that
Like, I hope nobody is,
initially.
like when emails are sent, I'll send something back to Jackie and, everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I might copy one in, or,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good practice to get in the hang of, for
it's
sure.
just my own protocol.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, any other questions? All right, next is the library board president's reports. I just have a little speech here. As we meet for the last regular board meeting of another year, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on what we've accomplished together and to express my gratitude to this incredible community. This year has been one of growth and innovation. We launched the 500 Books Before Middle School, a new reading challenge that's already inspiring young readers. Our children's summer program, Color Our World, brought joy and creativity to so many families. And we also reimagined our adult summer programming, creating something fresh and engaging for our community. We've also made the library more accessible and user-friendly. Open holds are now available. We've rolled out a new library catalog, and our new reservable meeting spaces, the CoLab, are giving people flexible space to collaborate and create. A special thank you to Carol McGivney, whose generous donation made our story walk possible. Carol, your gift has created something truly special that will bring stories to life for our community for years to come. I won't sugarcoat it, this year also brought some challenges. Making the difficult decision to cut $300,000 from our 2026 budget to secure the village's approval of our levy was not easy. But it's a testament to this team that we found a path forward while staying committed to our mission. None of this would be possible without our exceptional library staff, our dedicated volunteers, our wonderful patrons who fill these halls with life, and our friends at Latitude Cafe. To my fellow board members, our library director, our business manager, thank you for your wisdom, your hard work, and your unwavering dedication to this library. As we head into the new year, I'm filled with gratitude for what we've built together and optimism for what's ahead. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and Happy New Year to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yes, thank you.
That was really good.
Wonderful.
Thank you for your leadership.
Next is the director's reports.
All right. I don't really have anything heartfelt, I just have statistics. So, amazing news. I cannot wait until January so that we can look at the entire year in review. But our total circulation, physical and digital, is up from last year and the year before. So that's wonderful. We're about 10,000 checkouts over than we were last year, which is fantastic. You can see that computer usage continues to rise. Mobile printing has grown exponentially. Wi-Fi usage has grown. We're looking at
David's favorite section.
yeah, faxes. Yeah, we're looking at
We got a check for $2.43 the other day for faxes.
And you thought of me.
our visitor totals have gone up, which is awesome. We are looking at more program participants than in the past few years. We've had almost 25,000 program participants so far. Our materials added and withdrawn are steady, so our librarians are doing amazing work with that. And interlibrary loan continues to be really, really strong. So even with Hoopla being discontinued in October, we're still seeing incredible amounts of digital circulation through Libby, which is fantastic. I have a coffee shop update. So we have I have my final meeting of the year with the owners tomorrow to go through kind of a year in review. Overall, it's been a really great year. We've been able to try new things. Year to date, we've brought in about $7,400 to the library from the shared revenue. So that's great. That's wonderful. And I don't have any updates for you on the facilities maintenance plan. I did send you an email right before this meeting, just kind of explaining the steps I've taken to try to get a hold of that facilities maintenance plan. So that is in your inbox. So no update from me on that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Well, we would have the village trustees report, but she is not here, so we'll move on to the school district reports.
All right. The biggest thing, and they're actually reporting on it right now at the Curriculum and Learning Committee, So I'm not at the Curriculum and Learning Committee because I'm here, but the presentation is a more detailed presentation of the school report card, which was the big news. There was a lot of good news for the state report card for the school district of Menomonee Falls, a lot of big advances, especially in growth. So I'm going to focus on growth. I did in my public presentation for the board, but in all levels, high school, middle school, and in both elementaries on either side of the village, growth was in some cases as high as 20 to 30% increase in growth, and the DPI says you can measure growth year to year. So the increases in growth for our students year over year was outstanding.
What do you mean by growth?
Growth is reading and math, so where they were measured in one year versus the next year in terms of how they're growing.
Okay.
So growth is one of 4 measures
Okay.
that everybody is measured on. It's achievement, growth, and then on track to graduation, and then there's one more. But so those are the big measures where that state report card number comes up. But as a district, we're exceeding expectations as a district, which is great. But we're growing. Students are growing at a higher level at every level. So we're excited about that and thankful to our teachers, obviously our parents and students, and also the school board for supporting new curriculum. So we're doing all this with a lot of new curriculum, well over $1 million in new curriculum in the last, maybe 15 to 18 months. So especially in English and math and now social studies. So we're excited about those numbers, and some of the biggest numbers came from the high school. They were like top 10 in the state for growth, like off the charts. So really exceptional. Middle school too, actually all buildings. Very impressed where we're at in terms of the state report card. We do have some things we need to work on, just like every district, and we're working on that now. The more detailed report that's going on right now from the Curriculum and Learning Committee, they're doing a detailed deep dive. They're getting into all the specifics. Every district has what you call gap, and they do gap analysis, subgroups that you want to improve, these sorts of things. So we're working on that just like any district, but we are excited about it. We're excited about the work, the alignment to the strategic plan, but also to our short-term goals and also the entire strategic plan, which was a 4 to 5 year initiative. So that was a great thing. A couple of other things since the last meeting, a lot of Christmas concerts, holiday concerts, New Year's concerts, whatever you want to call them, including Monday night, last night, Tuesday night, was at the middle school. Right after this, I'll be going to the middle school again. So there's some wonderful concerts. We have some very talented musicians throughout the village. And then again, tomorrow night is at the high school. Forget which concert that is, I apologize. But it is a high school concert tomorrow night. Tonight is a middle school concert again. So it's a wonderful season for that sort of thing. So we're excited about all of those things as well. So a lot of great things in the school district. The big thing was the school report card, which was, they don't make that public until November. So we kind of know our information, but we don't know how other people did. But we're measuring up very well, and we're excited about the growth especially. There's other aspects too, like achievement, but I focus on growth because the DPI says that you can measure those things over multiple years. So we can talk a little bit more freely about growth, whereas achievement, when they change numbers and do what they do politically, it's a little harder to measure achievement year to year. But growth you can, and so that's why I focus on it.
Congratulations, David. That
That's
sounds like a
awesome.
wonderful report for the school district of Menomonee Falls, and that's a testament to your hard work as well with the district. And I know with my kids both attending the middle school and the elementary school that your staff does an absolutely terrific job. So
They really do.
Kudos to you as well.
Yeah, they really do. Thank you. I think there was a good article in the news, the local newspaper. It's pretty decent. They do a little brief and a summary of some of my comments in the news, the one that comes around.
Express News.
That one, yeah. So that you can see, they do a pretty good job of quoting me, you know. Well, they do. I mean, it's right off. You can all get it online, so that's great. And a more detailed dig is going on right now, and that's all recorded as well. So that's in the committee meeting. So I'm sure that Ms. Rebel is doing a great job with her team right now as we speak.
Yes.
That's all I have, other than
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, David.
Merry Christmas, Dave.
And then I have the Friends report.
There is no Friends report this month.
Oh, that's right, because they didn't meet.
Yeah.
The only update is they had their bake sale, the other day, last week, and they brought in over $800 at
Oh,
their bake
oh,
sale.
oh.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You should have seen the swarms of people and the beautiful, delicious, talented bakers from the Friends really outdid themselves,
I was
so.
gonna say, did
awesome.
Carol bring her cookie? I miss
Yeah.
Carol's cookie.
Yeah.
And actually, on that same point, I just talked to the Falls Choir Association leadership, and they just had their weekend event where they have bake sales and all the different craft. It was a craft fair,
Mhm.
Yep.
and it was their best total. Because I asked them, we had
Yeah.
some things to work out, so I met with them. I said, "So how did you do? How did it? How was the fundraising? Best ever." And I'm like, "Really? That's great."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think $800 for a for a bake sale is pretty unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked them how much they were charging for their walking taco. We'll do that off the.
Yeah, but like most of the things were $2, priced $2, so it's awesome.
Where-
They did a great job.
That is fantastic.
Where's the
Oh,
sale
my
held?
gosh.
What's that?
Where's the sale held?
It was right here in our lobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
awesome. All right, our next meeting will be Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at 6 PM, and we are adjourned.